And I think they're about 12-5 overall, something like that. Have had a very good season and look to continue that way tonight against these Newport Buffaloes. We will pick up Newport. We have the lineups thanks to Coach Hain as we go along here. And here's the opening tip, going to be controlled back here to Lentz. And Lentz is in there along with Smith. Buffington, who has the ball now. Out in front it comes here for Robertson for three. Long shot wouldn't go. And a rebound tipped around inside there. And recovered by Newport. Back with it comes Smith of Newport. So we have a pair of Smiths in here. Smith's shot from Newport. That shot no good. Rebounded right underneath there to 34. Back out here for Smith. And Smith, the point guard, will take it out to the top. He apparently is the one who sets up the plays and handles things. 20 is Ben Kramer. And Kramer will pass it over there to 23 Wallace. And then Smith. Smith and Wallace playing with it out in front. Here's Kramer. 32 wanted it inside. 32 is at Stecky. Nice pass inside. A shot blocked out of there. Jensen got a hand on that one. And knocked it out of there for UD. Newport inbounding it here. Stecky brings it back here now for a pass over there onto the base on the wing. Shot from the side by 23. Good for two. That's Wallace, gets the first 2 points of the ball game. It's 2-0. This game, it's hard to tell how this one will unfold because Newport's not playing that badly themselves. So it could be a tough one. Here's Buffington into the corner there for Jensen. Jensen into the corner, now back out for Robertson. Mike pushing it inside here for Jensen and back out. Robertson here for Buffington. And Buffington near wing over here for bounce pass inside from Lentz, and then the ball tipped away inside there, and let's see, picked up by Newport, and back with it come the Buffaloes as Smith brings it up court. Over the wing it goes. On the baseline, they'll pass it back and forth now as they try to work it inside, and Smith has it for Newport. Near wing over here, that's that Kramer, number 20. Inside, tapped away in there by Jensen, picked up by Ryan. And Robertson for Buffington. Buffington for two, tipped out of there by number 34, who will save it back in, and then it goes out of bounds anyway. Off number 32, Steckley. Lentz getting ready to inbound the ball for UD. And pushing over the wing there for Buffington. Jim Buffington on the baseline, looks to put it up, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll remain UD ball. As Lentz gets ready to inbound the ball again for Upper Dauphin. On the wing. Shot from the side by Robertson, no good, and the rebound comes down here to Jensen. His turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound shot put up by Smith, good. So Josh by gosh Smith with the first 2 points of the ball game for UD, and we're tied up with 5:28 remaining here in the first period. Kramer had it, pushes it out in front here now. That's 34 is low. Steckley with it. Inside on the baseline for a shot for two. It's good. That's Wallace for two, and it's now a 4-2 ball game. And back comes Lentz for UD. Smith, 15-foot jumper, wouldn't go. Rebounded in there to that 20, Kramer. And Kramer up court with it. Kramer spinning it over here for Smith. Smith will take it inside, bumped on the baseline to push it back outside here now. Steckley has it. Kramer's got it. Kramer for three. It's good. Ben Kramer nails one for three, and it's 7-2. All of a sudden, UD behind by 5. 4:30 left here in the first period. Got to get Jim Buffington into the ballgame offensively as that ball stolen away by Steckley, and back with it comes Smith for Newport. 16-foot try short. Rebounded right there to Smith. His second try short, perhaps partially blocked, and back with it comes Buffington for UD. Jim's been playing excellent basketball of late. Need to get him in the offense. Here's a shot by Lentz, short, and on the rebound, it's picked up in there by Lowe, who gets it back up here for Smith. Smith will take it in for two. His shot won't go, but a foul called underneath. Foul might be called on Jensen, I believe. We'll see. Yep, Jensen picks up the foul, and Smith will go to the line shooting two. Jason Smith missed the first one, so he'll try one more here now. Second one is good, and it's an 8-2 ball game with 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. And back with it comes Lentz for UDA. Bouncing it over here now for Robertson. Shot from outside for 18-footer by Jim Buffington is good for 2. And he cuts the lead in half. Now it's 8-4, Newport by 4. Smith playing it over there for Wallace. Wallace has it now. Into the corner he goes to Kramer. Kramer inside there, low. And Kramer has it back again. Here's Kramer from the wing for 3. No good. Rebounded in there to Smith, and he'll ship back over here for Robertson. Mike Robertson with a pass underneath intended for Jim Buffington. Jim's shot rolls around on the rim, wouldn't come down, and back with it comes Kramer for Newport. Pushing it back here for Smith. Smith with a 17-foot try. That's no good, and the rebound again to Smith. And UD coming back up court now can close the gap to 2. We can get a bucket here. Here's Buffington for Robertson. Robertson, 24-foot try, no good. Rebound comes down in there and is picked off by Kramer. Kramer coming back with it on the baseline, puts a shot up, no good, but he's fouled, and he will go to the line shooting, or Wallace rather, and he'll go to the line shooting 2. Foul was on Brandel, his first, as Jordan Wallace missed his first. Still have an 8-4 ball game, 2:50 left here in the first period. And Wallace will look to put the second one in. It is no good. Rebounded in there to Smith. He'll drop it back here now for Robertson, and they'll clear it over there for Lentz. So UD has to get the offense going here now. Defensively, they're not doing too badly at all. Nice pass inside. Turnaround shot by Smith. Good for, no, wouldn't go. Rebound shot by Nick Huffman. Does go. All right. Nick, who just entered the ball game to replace Buffington, gets 2 points, and it's an 8-6 ball game. Smith for Newport on the wing here. Lowe has it. Into the corner he goes with it. Here's a shot from outside by Lowe. No good. Rebound taken down over there by Huffman. Here's Lentz with it. Lentz near side over here for Robertson. He'll circle around the top of the circle now as UD tries to get a play set up inside. Here's Lentz with it. Now it's coming back out here for Robertson. Mike tries to go on the baseline and does so for a nice 2-point bucket by Josh Smith, and that ties the ball game up at 8 with 1:48 left here in the first quarter. Smith for Newport coming back with it. For that Lowe. Lowe. Here's Lowe again. Steck. Kramer. Smith from outside for 3. No good. Rebounded in there to Smith of Upper Dauphin. Again, Josh Smith with a bunch of rebounds as they bounce this one over here for Robertson. Robertson pushes it right out in front. Shot for 2. Good by Nick Huffman. And UD leads by 2. Now it's 10-8 with 1:03 remaining here in the first quarter. So the Trojans, who trailed once 8-2, I believe it was, now lead by 2, and now it's tie again as Ben Kramer slips in there and puts one up and ties us up at 10. Lentz coming back for UD. Ryan pushing it over there for Huffman. Lentz near the wing over here for Robertson. Right underneath it goes for Smith. Smith for 2. It's good. He's fouled, and Josh will go to the line shooting 1 to get 3. Shadle and Hunter. That's George Hunter into the ball game to replace Robertson and Lentz for UD. 38 seconds remaining here in the first period. Smith looking for his 3rd point. This is good. So Josh got 3 and gives the Trojans a 3-point lead now. 13-10 with 38 seconds left here in the first period. Newport coming up court with it. This is at Newport, Jason Smith. He has Lowe over here, 34. Into the corner it goes. Kramer now back out as they'll play it down for the final shot, trailing by 3. And it'll be 15 seconds remaining here now. No, the tape has not stopped. It's just that they're pausing. 9 seconds left. Smith with it. Will they finish off this play? Here's Kramer from outside for 3. No good. And the rebound comes right down here to Hunter. And here's a shot by, this is good if it goes. Oh, just off the rim as Nick Huffman put one up there and bounced it right off the rim. So at the end of one, it's UD by 3, 13-10. Second period underway. Halifax with the advantage of inbounding the ball to begin period number 2. As Jason Smith with it here for that low into the corner. Kramer for low and then back over there. Smith on the left wing. He goes into the corner with it for Kramer. Kramer right out here for low for 2. No good. Rebound in there to George Hunter. George Hunter quickly out. Let's see here for Shadle. Shadle for 2. It's good. Brett Shadle for 2 on a quick outlet pass from George Hunter. And back comes Smith for Newport. Nice bucket by that Brett Shadle. Newport works it into Kramer on the wing. Wallace spins it out here eventually for Smith. Here's Kramer again. Ben is their shooter, apparently. And Wallace pushes it over there for Lowe. And Lowe bouncing it on the wing, on the baseline, rather, for Kramer. Kramer for 2, no good. Rebounded in there to Drew Hunter. Pushing it up here for Shadle. And Shadle working it inside. Stopping. Ooh, and a foul call as he is run upon by Kramer. On a push. None shooting. UD will inbound the ball. Shadle gets a chance to inbound with 6:53 left. Show you the clock next whistle. 15-10, UDA by 5 now. Looping it in here for a pass to Drew Hunter, but knocked away by Smith, Jason Smith of Newport, and back they come.
Come on, guys, get it together here.
Here's Lowe. Wallace pushes it over there for Smith. Smith for 2. It's good. Jason Smith with a good rush to the baseline. Steals the inbound pass for 2 more. So all of a sudden it's 15-14 now as Jason Smith of Newport makes 2 quick ones. And UD a little bit lax there getting the inbound pass to go, and Smith stole it away. George Hunter with it. And George circling around on the wing, looking deep in there for Brandel, who is back into the ball game. And now this is Shadle with it out in front. Here's Shadle looking for 2. No good. Rebound comes down there to UD as Drew Hunter spins around, puts a shot up. That won't go. Rebounded again, this time for Huffman. No rebound that time, or no bucket, and back with it comes Newport with a chance to take a lead. Ball out of bounds, knocked out of there. They're going to say it went off Kramer. Kramer can't believe that. Neither can the coach over there believe that. And they want to appeal to the other official. Looked to me like UD knocked that out of there, but they ruled it came off Newport. So with 5:50 left here in the first half, Trojans clinging to a 1-point lead. Buffington back into the ball game for UDA, as well as Jensen. This is Robertson. Jensen on the baseline, shot short. Rebound underneath there to Jensen and out of bounds it goes. It'll be Newport ball. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. 15-14, UD by 1. These Buffaloes are hanging in there tough so far in this ball game. Wallace into the baseline there for Kramer. Back outside here for Lowe. Spinning here for Smith. Into the corner he goes for Kramer. Kramer keeps circling from one wing to the other as the ball goes over there for Lowe. And there's Kramer on the left wing this time. Right inside, he tried to go with it. Knocked away in there nicely by Smith. Ahead quickly here for Lentz. Lentz will take it down. Put it off the glass for 2. It's good. Ryan Lentz for 2. And back comes Newport with the Trojans leading by 3, 17-14. Smith bouncing it here for Lowe. Into the corner it goes, Kramer. And then Lowe's got it. Wanted to take a shot and didn't. Smith might. Nope. He picks it up for Kramer over in the left wing. Swinging it back. Kramer coming back underneath the bucket. He's got it on his wing. And Wallace pushes it here for Smith, and Smith goes over there to Lowe with it into the Kramer on the wing. Here comes Kramer. Back inside. Smith with it for 2. It is no good. Rebounded in there nicely by Buffington. Jim looking up court with it, and he'll push it down on the baseline here for Lentz. Back outside here for Buffington. Buffington for 3. Just off the mark that time, and a rebound controlled in there by Wallace of Newport with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the first half. Pretty quick moving ball game. 17-14 UD by 3. Here's Lowe. 1 dribble, 1 shot, 2 points. Lowe for 2 makes the score 17-16, 3:50 left. We'll look at the clock next chance as Lentz brings it down court for UDA. Here's Robertson for three. That's off the mark. Rebound comes down and controlled here by Kramer. Kramer for two. It is good. A bucket counts. He'll go to the line, shooting one to get three. He has given the Newport Buffaloes the lead now, 18-17, with 3:36 left here in the first half. And Ben Kramer at the line, shooting one. Kramer's one and only shot good. 19-17 Newport by two. Shadle back into the ball game for UD, and this is Brett bringing it up court. Near wing over here for Buffington. And Buffington spins it across the court over there for Shadle. Into the corner it goes, now inside for Buffington. Jim will push it back out here. Shadle tries to go inside and a foul. A push foul is going to be called on number 32. Brandon Steckley picks up the personal foul, and Steckley immediately checks out of the ball game for Newport. In there to replace him, number 50. Straining. Turnaround shot by Smith. Wouldn't go. Rebound comes down here for Smith, and he'll take it up court. Bounces it right here now for that number 34, Lowe. And Lowe puts it home. 21-17, and timeout called by Coach Hayne now, as the Trojans just unable to really get the offense going here tonight so far against these Newport Buffaloes. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. 21-17 Newport. Okay, senior Jim Buffington will inbound the ball for UDA following their 1 minute timeout. And he'll loop it in here now for Lentz. He'll give it over there to Shadle. Here's Shadle pushing it back here for Buffington. Buffington with a 19-foot try just off the mark. Trojans a little cold on the shooting tonight, comparatively speaking, to some of these other ball games, as Kramer will bring it down the court over there for that number 35 Batsky. Here's Smith, Jason Smith for Newport. 35 in there is Batsky, 34 is Lowe. And Lowe picks up the dribble over here for Smith. It was tipped loose, but picked up in there by Kramer. Back for Smith. Batsky has it. Into the corner. Kramer from outside for three. It's good. It's 24-17. Newport by 7 as Shadle brings it down court with 2:05 remaining here in the first half. Shadle near wing over here for Buffington. Jim back outside here for Shadle. Now inside they go with a Smith. Swinging it over there for Lentz. Lentz takes it right down the middle, lifts it up and in, good. Ryan Lentz for two. A nice bucket there by Lentz. Minute 50 remaining in the first half. 24-19, 5-point margin now. As Batsky picks it up, fires it ahead here now for a shot by Lowe for two, no good. Rebound comes down here to Drew Hunter here for Shadle. Shadle's got it, pushes it over to wing over there. This is Lentz with it. Out in front for Shadle, swinging it here for Buffington. Buffington for three, it's good. Jim Buffington for three, and the Trojans trail by 2, 24-22. That's better. That's what we need to do. Buffington with a steal. Jim picks it up here. Now goes heading back here for UD. Over there for a shot by Shadle for three. No good on the shot, and Kramer has it. So UD got all the way back to within 2 now with 1:05 remaining here in the first half. Clock down to 1 minute to play now. We're inside of a minute as the clock goes to the speedy countdown with the tenths of a second up here in Newport. Batsky into the corner here for Kramer. Kramer takes it on the baseline, tries to feed it underneath, and the ball comes loose in a double dribble called as Staining could not hang on to that, and Straining double dribbled it. It's Mike Robertson back into the ball game for UD. Smith in there along with Lentz, George Hunter, and Jim Buffington. This is Lentz with it. Pushing it over here now for Smith. Smith with a bounce inside, but it's stolen away by Jason Smith of Newport. He was trying to hit Jim Buffington cutting underneath, but Jason Smith right there to pick that one off. And so they'll push it over there now for Wallace as they play it down to play for the last shot. 20 seconds left here in the first half. They're going to see if they can do something underneath. They better watch wherever that Ben runs. Nope, ball tipped loose, picked up in there by Straining. Straining Pushing it over in the wing, stolen away by Jim Buffington. Buffington with a quick pass back here. Nope, this will be no good. No good. Just about a second and a half too short, but nevertheless a good first half here. Very exciting at any rate, as the Trojans trail by 2. It's Newport 24, Upper Dauphin 22 at halftime. Back with the second half in just a moment. Okay, we're ready to go here now with the second half of action. The Trojans trailing by 2 at halftime have the advantage of inbounding the basketball, and up court with it comes Ryan Lentz. Here for Buffington. We need Jim to get into the offense now, as well as, well, let's see. Here's a shot put up, no good. Rebound tipped around in there, controlled by Jason Smith of Newport, and Jason will take it down court. They'll stop, fired out in front here. Shot from out there by that number 32. Steckley is good. And it was good for 3, 27-22, Newport by 5. Mike Robertson looking to get those back. Nope, is here for Buffington. Over to Mike. Mike looping it inside here for Smith. Josh goes to the hoop for 2, but he's fouled. And Josh will go to the line to shoot 2 freebies. Smith puts up his first of 2, and it's a dandy. Good bucket. 7:23 remaining here in the third. We've just begun. Played 33 seconds of the third period. Second shot by Smith is also good. And that makes it a 27-24 ball game now. Here's the ball stolen away by Buffington, but then they get it right back again. Fired over here and out of bounds it goes. So the Trojans with an opportunity now to get back to within 1. As Robertson will inbound the ball. Newport getting sloppy and throwing the ball away. So we'll see if the Trojans can take advantage of that as Ryan Lentz works it back up here for UD. Over here for George Hunter. Here's Smith, 15-foot one. Good. Right down to shoot for Josh Smith. And the Trojans trail by 1, 27-26. Newport with a shot blocked out of there. It'll remain Newport ball. Steckley had the shot, and both Smith and Buffington, I believe, might have knocked that one out of there. He or George Hunter, I'm not sure. At any rate, inbound pass come back there. Steckley back here for Lowe. He'll drop it for Jason Smith of Newport. Giving it over there for Lowe. Jason Smith with it now for the Buffaloes. Pushing it out here for that pass inside for Smith. Smith going to the hoop for 2. He's fouled. And he might be going to the line shooting 2. The foul was on Josh Smith. And to the line goes Jason Smith of Newport shooting 2. Jason Smith's first one is in and out, no good. So he'll try it again. His second try is good. 28-26 now, Newport by 2. This is Lentz with it for UD. Over there for that Josh Smith, now Buffington. Into the corner for a shot by Robertson. Good for 2, and it ties up the ball game, 28 all. 6:18 left here as UDA puts some pressure on the forecourt here now. Smith will pick up the dribble ahead here now for Kramer. Ben Kramer heading down court with it, and the ball's kicked over there by Robertson. So Newport will inbound the ball underneath the basket. Kramer getting ready to do that. 28-28, all tied up here now. Been a while since UD has led, and it's not going to be right at the moment because Steckley comes in there and sticks one up and in. That makes it a 30-28 ball game now. Newport by 2 once again. Here's Lentz, near wing over here. Shot from the side by Robertson for 3. Wouldn't go. The rebound in there to Smith. Smith's shot won't go. And a charging foul is going to be called on Josh Smith. And Smith's going to have to come out of there now as Josh has picked up either his second or third personal foul. Let's see. Second. Said number 50. No, that's not right. Smith's second foul. They have it on the board as 50, but we don't have a 50 in there. Back with it comes Smith for Newport, taking it all the way underneath the basket, and then he lost the handle on it. Tapped out of there by George Hunter. Nick Huffman, number 54, into the ball game to replace Josh Smith for UDA. So Kramer will inbound the ball, I think. Yep, does so back here for Smith. Jason Smith with it for Newport. Pushes it over in the wing, but stolen away and picked up in there by Nick Huffman. And they'll bring it back up here now for Lentz. So the Trojans with a chance to pick up another bucket here. Here's Robertson for two. It's good. Mike Robertson for two, and we're tied at 30-30. Kramer picks it up over there for a pass on the wing. Taking it inside for two, no good. Rebound comes down there to Buffington. Quickly outlet here for Robertson. Robertson with a quick pass here for Lentz for two, wouldn't go, and a rebound comes down inside there and picked off by that 23 Wallace. And Smith coming up with it for Newport. Tied up 30-30. Steckley right underneath, he goes with it, but a foul's going to be called on Jim Buffington on a push underneath. So Jim will pick up the personal, none shooting. Newport will inbound. Jim Buffington picks up his second personal foul. Inside pass for number 32, Steckley, is good. So Steckley puts it in and gives the Newport Buffaloes another 2-point margin. Here's Robertson. Back here for Buffington. Buffington taking it right to the hoop for two. It's good. Jim Buffington with a nice drive. Ties up our ball game again here at 32 all. Kramer playing with it back here for Wallace. Over the wing it goes now. Here is Smith. Smith pushing it over the wing. Stolen away nicely in there by Mike Robertson, who came right up and made the steal. Smith almost stole it back. Robertson coming back with it. Near wing over here for Lentz. And Lentz pushing it back out here now, but it might be tapped out of bounds, and it is by Jason Smith of Newport. So UD will inbound the ball. 4:03 left here in the third period. Steckley checks out of the ball game, straining in there for Newport. Shadle checking in for Lentz for UDA. There's Brett Shadle. Jim Buffington with it. Jim taking it right inside, lays it up, and it wouldn't go. But Jim will go to the line, shooting two. 3:53 remaining here in the third, tied up at 32 all. And Jim's going to see if he can't untie that and give the Trojans the lead back again. For the first time in a while in this one. So we'll see if Jimbo can hit his first one, and he did not. Smith back in there for UD as Buffington gives the Trojans a lead now, 33-32. And Jason Smith picking it up for Newport. Looping it over here for Kramer. Ahead he'll come with it now for Lowe. Lowe bounce pass right underneath there for Staining. Staining for two. Wouldn't go. Straining shot won't go down, but the ball comes back out here for Lowe. Pushing it over here for Smith for three. In and out. No good. Rebounded inside there, however, by Lowe, and then UD coming back with it. So the Trojans dodge the bullet there as Newport with multiple chances. Here's Smith for two. It's good. Nice pass inside there from Nick Huffman to Josh Smith, and Smith nails it for two. Stolen away. Nice pass for two. It's good. Beautiful pass in there on a steal from Robertson right to Buffington and put it home. 37-32, UD by 5. Here comes Ben Kramer with it on the baseline for two over everybody. Straining's got it. Bounces it back here for Lowe. Lowe wants a couple. That won't go. And on a rebound, still controlled by Newport. Blocked away in there by Smith. Back with it comes Robertson. Across here for Buffington. Buffington looking for three. It's good. And the Trojans got the wheel moving now. And timeout's going to be called by Newport as the Trojans now take a 8-point lead here. It is 40-32 with 2:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Good run by UDA. Okay, Newport will inbound the ball following their timeout as Kramer gets ready to inbound. UD on a roll. Kramer runs the baseline, pushes it over here for Lowe. Back there for Kramer, swinging it ahead here now for that 23 Wallace. He had it come loose, picked it up again. Wallace on the baseline looking for two, no good. But a push foul is going to be called on Nick Huffman, I believe. And it might have been before the shot or what? Foul is on 52, did they say? Yeah, on Josh Smith, 52. I thought it looked like Nick Huffman, but they called it on Josh, his third. And Wallace at the line shooting two. Well, Wallace missed his first one. Steckley back into the ball game. Second shot by Wallace is good. Jordan Wallace makes 1 out of 2. Makes it a 40-33 game. 2:32 remaining here in the third period. Shadle back in there for UD, along with Nick Huffman and Robertson. Quick pass ahead here now, coming down for Drew Hunter for 2. It wouldn't go. Return shot put up and in by Nick Huffman for 2. So Nick right there for the putback, and back comes Smith for Newport, pushing it over the wing and out of bounds. It goes off the hands of Steckley. So UD will inbound the ball now, leading by 9, 42-33. Shadle up court quickly for UD across the timeline, and Robertson out in front right at the top of the circle in the middle of the floor. Over here for Buffington. Jim on the baseline, pushes it inside, stolen away by Steckley. Ahead here for Jason Smith. Jason Smith of Newport, working it around the wing over there. Robertson after him, pushing it back here for Ben Kramer. Kramer and Smith play with it over in the right wing. In deep it goes now, back out here for Smith. And here's Lowe with it. Lowe for Kramer. Kramer dumping it back here for Lowe, and then over there for Smith. Newport trying to solve the UD defense at the moment. Push it inside here, turnaround shot by Lowe, good for 2. Nice shot by Lowe of Newport, and back with it comes UD. Shadle has it. Smith guarding him, pushing it over there for a pass inside here for Jim Buffington, right inside from Drew Hunter, rather, inside for Nick Huffman for 2. 44-35, UD by 9. Smith has it, and then he's going to have to push it over there on the wing for Kramer. Kramer with a burst of speed down onto the baseline here for Lowe. Lowe for 2. It is good. Well, Lowe gets 2 more and keeps Newport at least close. It's now 44-37, UD by 7. Less than a minute to play here in the third quarter. Inside, but tapped away by Smith. Here comes Smith with it, going to the baseline, putting the shot up. It is good, no good, but he will go to the line, shooting 2, I believe. Foul was on Brett Shadle. Smith to the line, will shoot 2. Shadle checks out of the ball game now as Jason Smith made his first point, first try. Lentz back in there to replace Shadle, and Smith's second try is good. 44-39, less than 33 seconds remaining here in the third period. And back comes Lentz for Robertson. Lentz passing over here for Buffington. They may play it down here now as Buffington's got it. No, it goes inside. Nice turnaround shot by Huffman, wouldn't go. Rebound tapped around inside, and they're going to call a foul on Drew Hunter. They're going to say Drew went over the back with 18 seconds remaining here in the third. And for Drew, it'll be his first. As Kramer will inbound the ball for Newport. 18 seconds left here in this third period. Here comes that Wallace, and Wallace walked with it. And it'll be UD coming back with it with 14 seconds left here. Jim Buffington will inbound the ball. 14 seconds remaining here in the third period. And Lentz bringing it up court now. Clock down to 10. Here's Robertson with it. And Mike playing it inside. Stolen away by Smith. Smith breaking back 2-on-1. Has a pass for Kramer. Good for 2. And that'll do it for the third period. So third period more friendly to Newport than UDA. Although UDA still has a lead now by 3. 44-41 Upper Dauphin by 3. Okay, the Newport timeout is, rather, I beg your pardon, we're starting the fourth period here as Newport has the ball to begin the second period. They're working around out here for Smith on the right-hand side. He's looking for Kramer deep, but Kramer pretty well guarded, so you put it here for Lowe. Jason Smith for Newport. Newport trailing by 3. Here's Wallace. And Wallace picks up the dribble here for Ben Kramer. Back for Wallace. Wallace taking it inside, looking for 2. It is no good. And on the rebound, we got a foul called on Wallace. He went over the back of Josh Smith. So UD will inbound the ball. Upper Dauphin bringing it up court now as Lentz in there to spin it here for Buffington. Jim taking it around for Smith for 2. no good. Rebound to George Hunter. George Hunter pushes it right over there for Mike Robertson, and Mike puts it home. Nice pass from George Hunter to Mike Robertson. And UD by 5, 46-41. Here's Lowe for 2, no good. And on the rebound, let's see, it goes out of bounds off Smith of Newport. And so UD will inbound the ball. Robertson will inbound it here for Lentz. Up court comes that Ryan Lentz. Eville's finest, Ryan Lentz. For Robertson, inside it goes to Smith. Smith tried to push it up back outside, but it's stolen away by Smith of Newport. Jason Smith this is. And Jason Smith will push it back here for a swing as they go around to the right side. Kramer onto the baseline for Lowe. Back over for Kramer, and then Smith has it. Smith pushing it here for Wallace, and then into the corner. Lowe inside now for Kramer. Dumps it right underneath, and the ball came loose, and they'll try to spin it over there, but Robertson picks it off. Here for Lentz. Lentz going to the basket for 2. It's good off the glass. Nice bucket by Ryan Lentz. 48-41. Trojans open up a 7-point lead. And this is Wallace pushing it ahead here for Lowe. Lowe back out in front here for Kramer. And Kramer for Smith over in the right wing side. Near side here. Here's Kramer for 3. No good. Return shot put up, though, and in good by number 32, Steckley, who is in the ball game again for Newport. 48-43. 5:40 left here in the ball game. Buffington with it for UD. Here's Robertson. 20-foot try. No good. Rebound tipped up and in, and a foul. They're going to call an offensive foul on Josh Smith pushing off on the rebound. And Josh will pick up personal foul. I think number 4 we're going to see. 3 or 4 anyway for Josh. We'll find out here in just a moment. Josh picked up personal foul number 4. And Steckley at the line shooting a 1-on-1 now. Newport in the bonus. Shot no good. Rebounded in there to Hunter. That's that Drew Hunter. And back comes UD with 5:25 left here in the ball game. Lentz out on the top of the circle for Robertson. Buffington, 15-foot try, a little bit short. Rebound tipped around inside there, controlled down to Newport for Lowe. Lowe will take it on the wing. Pushing it out in front here. They'll swing it over there all the way into the corner. Taking it inside goes Lowe. Back outside here. Here's a shot by Wallace. No good. And on the rebound, let's see. Controlled over there by Kramer of Newport. Ben Kramer dropping it back here for Jason Smith. Here's Kramer. Here's Smith. Jason Smith will back it out now. 48-43, UD by 5. Into the corner for that Lowe guy. That's his name, not his position. Here's Kramer. Wallace into the corner again for Lowe. Back here for Smith. Here's Kramer. For Smith. Smith takes it inside, pushes her inside, and is stolen away nicely in there by Jim Buffington. Buffington going up to pass one over here for Mike Robertson. Robertson rolled it off his foot. Right inside there for George Hunter. Over in the wing. Shot by 2, or for 2 from Buffington wouldn't go. And then outside it comes here and is picked up by UD. On the baseline, George Hunter spinning it inside here for Drew Hunter for 2. It's good. So the Hunter boys out there hitting and playing nicely for 2. 50-43 UD by 7. 3:40 left in this ball game. There's Lowe out in front. Ben Kramer for 3. No good. Rebounded in there to Buffington. Quick outlet pass up here intended for Robertson, but picked off by Smith of Newport, and back they come. 15-foot try blocked away by Robertson, but then Smith picks the ball up and drove it in anyway. So got to give him credit. Nice play by that Jason Smith, who hung in there tough and put her home. 50-45 UD by 5. Jimmy Buffington's got it out in front. 3 minutes remaining now. The Trojans might want to try to settle it down and slow it down here a little bit, set something up. Pass over here for Buffington, back out here for Lentz. Inside they go with it, tapped away. Smith of Newport racing back with it. He'll go all the way with it to the hoop for 2. It's good. The bucket counts, and he'll go to the line shooting 1 to get 3. Jason Smith at the line for Newport shooting 1. 50-47. And Jason Smith shooting 1 can make it a 2-point ball game for Newport if he puts this one in. And here it is. It is good. 50-48, and timeout called by Newport, I believe, with 2:52 left here in the ball game. Trojan lead now at 2. Okay, UDA will inbound the ball now following the timeout. They have that scant 2-point lead, and we're down to 2 minutes 50 seconds remaining in the regulation time here at Newport, leading by 2. Lentz out in front with Robertson on the right side. Lentz will take it all the way in here, but drops it off here now for Nick Huffman. Nick has played good off the bench for Coach Hain this year, that's for sure. Nick's had some darn good games. Here's a pass inside for Smith. Smith for 2. It's good. Josh Smith gets that one to drop down as he charged on the left baseline and got 2 out of it. Here comes Wallace picking up the dribble, pushing it over there for Lowe, and ahead now for Ben Kramer. Kramer down the wing. Into the end line and out of bounds it goes. It'll be UDA ball. Big turnover there for Newport as we've got 2:16 remaining here in the ball game. UDA by 4. And Mike Robertson will inbound it here for Smith. Man-to-man coverage here by Newport at the moment as they allow Robertson to bring it up here for Lentz. Lentz had it roll loose, picked up underneath there by Steckley. And back comes Smith for Newport. Smith pushing it back here for a shot from outside for 3. It's good. That's Steckley. And Steckley brings the Buffaloes to within 1. 52-51. Crowd getting pretty excited. Not a big crowd here tonight, but they're pretty excited right now for these Newportians. As Robertson having a little trouble out front with that Smith. Smith reaches in and gives him a little too much trouble. And Smith will pick up the personal foul, the team's 5th. And so it'll be non-shooting. UDA will inbound the ball with just 1:35 left in a 1-point ball game. So look out, UD. Let's get a couple here. Ryan Lentz to inbound the ball.
Hands, guys, hands.
Pushes it back here and nearly stolen away, but Mike Robertson has it. That Jason Smith has played a heck of a game for Newport. Here's Buffington over there for Robertson. Clock down to 1:23. We'll keep one eye on the clock. Robertson goes to take it inside, spinning it here for Nick Huffman. Nick shot short. Rebound comes down inside there, and Ben Kramer has it for UD, and then timeouts called by Upper Dauphin. So, not sure if it's a full or a 20, but nevertheless, what I do know is there's a minute 14 remaining in this regulation time. UDA clinging to a 1-point lead. Newport will have the ball when we come back. Kramer putting the ball in play for Newport now following that 20-second timeout. And back comes Smith for Newport. Smith taking it all the way down, pushing it over here, and by everybody. Threw it over here for Lowe, but lo and behold, he wasn't there. And timeout's going to be called by UDA. Trojans call another timeout here now. And Coach Hain has a play figured out here now that's going to give us a little bit more of a breathing room here. It's 52-51. UDA with 1:04 left in the ball game. Josh Smith ready to inbound the basketball here for UDA now as they bring it in here for Lentz. Trojans have to carefully come up court with it now and not make a mistake if they can help it as the clock under a minute to play. Here comes Lentz bouncing it over here. They'll push it outside for Buffington. Jim Buffington into the corner here for Smith, and then back here, and a ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay UD ball. And timeout called this time by Newport, I believe it is. With 49 seconds remaining, the Trojans will have the ball to inbound when we come back. The wheels are turning. The coaching wheels are really turning now as Newport calls a 20-second timeout. Okay, the Trojans getting ready to inbound the basketball now. 49 seconds remaining in this 1-point ball game. Tough game up here at Newport. These Newport Buffaloes have been tough. Back in it comes here for Lentz, and a foul called. The foul will be on Smith. 6-team foul comes with 46.9 seconds, so Newport has no more fouls to give. The next foul will give the Trojans the bonus, and Newport already in the bonus. Trojans have 8 team fouls, and Newport has 6. And this is Lentz coming up court with it. Over here for Robertson. Mike Robertson with it, picking it up, and a foul called over here. And that's going to put the 6th foul on the board. So one more. All right. One more will give Trojans a bonus. 39 seconds left. And Buffington to inbound the ball. Tell you the truth, I didn't think it would be this tough up here at Newport, but by gosh, these guys have played the Trojans very tough, and a foul. Foul will be on either Kramer or Lowe. Kramer picks up the foul. That's the 7th one. Now Mike Robertson, who is normally a pretty darn good foul shooter, goes to the line for UDA, and the Trojans can really make some hay here if we can score a couple of these. Let's see if Mike can hit that first one. That's the big one on a 1-and-1. And here's his first try. It is no good. Rebound to Huffman. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound comes down to Smith. 30 seconds remaining in the ball game, and hold everything. Timeout called by Newport. 22nd timeout called by Newport with 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Newport will inbound the ball underneath their own basket as Ben Kramer gets ready to inbound it. Newport trailing by 1 point. Inside here comes to Lowe. Lowe will back it out here now for Steckley. Steckley for 2, no good. Return shot put up, no good. Rebound tapped around in there. Smith controls, and a foul underneath. Got a foul called on Steckley. And that's going to send Josh Smith for UDA to the foul line, shooting a big 1-and-1. Wow, tough call underneath as they were battling. Both squads battling underneath, and Newport gets the foul call, and Smith comes to the line shooting a big 1-and-1. Foul was on Steckley. His second comes with 20 seconds remaining. Here's Smith's first try. It is good. Josh Smith gives the Trojans a 2-point margin now, 53-51. And this would be a big one here if Josh can hit this one. 20 seconds remaining. Second shot by Smith. No good. Off the front. Rebound comes down here. Smith controls, and a foul on Steckley. And Smith will go back to the foul line shooting a 1-and-1 once again. So come on, Josh, by gosh. Needs to put this first one in again here. That foul was number 5 on Steckley, so he will have to check out of the ball game. As Smith goes to the line here in just a moment, as Coach McCants decides who he wants to put in, and we'll be ready in a moment. Number 35, Babsky, checking into the ball game to replace Steckley for Newport with 17.9 or 18 seconds remaining. Here's Smith with another big chance to give the Trojans a 3-point lead. It's good. Josh Smith with a clutch bucket here now, making it 54-51. And Josh will put up his second one and hopefully put it in. We'll see. Here it is. It is good. All right, 55-51, 18 seconds remaining. And a foul called on Ryan Lentz. Lentz reaches in and gets himself a foul, and that's going to allow Newport to go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. As it'll be Jason Smith to the line, shooting for Newport. Remaining in the ball game, Smith can bring his charges back to within 2 if he gets a couple of these. First one's good. 55-52, and here's Smith's second shot, or 52, yeah, and the second shot, no good. Rebounded in there to Upper Dauphin, and then a hold foul call underneath. Foul will be on Babsky, and that will send Josh Smith to the foul line again for UDA, shooting this time 2, as it has the 10th team foul. So he'll be shooting a pair now with 15 seconds left. And Josh shooting a pair. Trojans leading by 3. And again, Josh Smith with some big foul shooting going on here. First shot good. 56-52, UD by 4. And one more will really make it a little more comfortable here. As Josh puts the second shot up, no good. Rebound comes back here to Smith. They'll let these guys shoot for 3. No good. Rebounder over there to Robertson. Clock winding down, and they're going to call a foul or a tie-up. Now, what is it? It's a foul. Foul on Newport. That's going to send Mike Robertson to the foul line, shooting 2 for UD with just 6.6 seconds remaining in this ball game. 56-52 UD by 4. Mike shooting 2. Here's Robertson's first one. No good. So Mike will get one more whack at it. His second try, good. 57-52 now with just 6 seconds. The Trojans will drop back and let them shoot. And timeout called with just 2.6 seconds left. Newport calls timeout. So I'm not sure what kind of a 5-point play he's going to put in here, but nevertheless, we've got 2.6 seconds remaining and Upper Dauphin by 5. I don't know, but we're ready to go now. 2.6 seconds left here. The Trojans should let them shoot. Let them inbound, let them shoot. Kramer will inbound the ball. And this young man will be allowed to shoot for 3. No good as the buzzer goes and the game comes to an end. But a fine ball game tonight here played by both squads, actually. Final score, UDA 57, Newport 52, a 5-point victory for Upper Dauphin. They go 4-0 here in the second half, and the Trojans continue to play good basketball. Although tonight at Newport, the Newport Buffaloes gave them a handful of problems tonight, but the Trojans were able to overcome it, and some soft shooting early on finally caught up with Newport as the Trojans were able to put some points on the board and come home with a victory. So we'll catch you at the next ball game, which will be Friday night, and that's versus Halifax over at Halifax. That should be a big one. Wildcats are 18-0 on the season. Trojan looking forward to that just to see what we can do to mess them up if we can. So we'll congratulate Coach Hain and all the UDA boys, and we'll see you over at Halifax Friday night. Good night from Newport.